I want it set in stone. I want everybody's thoughts out there because, look, it's interesting to me in that, this whole New Year's Six Bowl thing, they're giving it's on life support right now. Like, nobody cares. Obviously, nobody cares because nobody's playing. But with that being said, T-Foss, this is an ultimate both things can be true thing to me. If you're Michigan State or if you're Pitt and you win a New Year's Six Bowl, you did win a New Year's Six Bowl. I mean, you did. But at the same time, we know what the situation is as far as the available players for Michigan State and for Pitt on both sides. Do you care if you lose? If you're a Michigan State fan or a Pitt fan, T-Foss, obviously you want to win, and obviously you're going to watch the game. But is the juice there or not?
For me, no. It's not there. And I think it's not there for me because Michigan State is not in the Final Four. Michigan, who happens to be their rivals down the road, are playing the next day in the college football semifinals. So that's why it takes a little bit from me, because there is a State of Michigan school playing for a championship. But so no, I don't care. But part of it has to do with the Stars not playing. Like, I have a Sparty family, and as soon as they said Michigan State was going to the Peach Bowl, they got their little plane tickets and bought their little $5 tickets to the game and everything. We're all excited and everything. And then it came out that Walker wasn't playing, and then they start calling me saying, "Do you want to go to the Peach Bowl?" I'm like, hell no, because then they don't want to go. And so, you want to give me your sloppy seconds? No, thank you. You take your ass down there. And plus, aren't you Spartans? Aren't you there to see the Michigan State Spartans play, not Kenneth Walker play?
And that's where, for me, that's why I'm curious about the Michigan State fans. And we're seeing a couple people. D. Smitty says, is K. Walker playing? No, he is not playing. And the same goes for pretty much every star that's involved. That's involved with this game, even on the Pitt side. But I'm getting a couple of comments like snooze on the Matt Carrier says snooze on the Peach Bowl. I don't know if he's a State fan or a Michigan fan or whatever. You know what the story will be with Michigan fans, what they'll say. Obviously, they'll say, snooze on the Peach Bowl and stuff like that. For me, I do see both sides of it because, again, if Michigan State wins this game, even if they don't, they surpassed expectations. They had the Big Ten Coach of the Year in Mel Tucker. They beat Michigan again. And it is a good season no matter what happens tonight. But if they do win, it's still a New Year's Six Bowl win.
Well, yes, but you have to understand, Michigan State has to win the game. Here's why. Michigan State is that little bastard child that people don't really respect, don't really think it's a great program. So if they lose in this state with a rivalry school, they'll get made fun of. Oh, here you are. You get the center stage and you lose again. You got mollywopped by Ohio State, lost to Pitt without their starting quarterback. So I think Michigan State must win this game simply to save face because it's a program that's, at least in this state, with a majority of fans. I don't think people look at Michigan State like, oh, man, can't wait to see these guys play. In fact, I can tell you for a fact that a majority of college football fans here in Detroit don't watch Michigan State play. Because when Kenneth Walker mollywopped Michigan and ran for all those yards and everything, Michigan fans were saying, well, that's how Michigan State got here because they rode the coattails of one guy. That wasn't true. If you watch Michigan State play other games, Jalen Reed was huge. Naylor was huge. There were other people who bailed Michigan State out. So it was a team concept. Just so happened when they played Michigan, which is probably the first game a lot of people saw them play, it was Kenneth Walker that carried the load.
People talking about the T-Foss sloppy seconds comment. Matt says T-Foss sloppy seconds equals Sun Bowl treatment. I'm bummed no Walker or Pickett. D. Smitty says this will show how good of a coach MSU has. I mean, I guess, like, if you're into it from a X's and O's perspective or things like that. But,
Now get off that. That's not true. Because you have to figure out, does the team actually want to be at these bowls? If Michigan State players are enthused about being in this bowl,
I think they both should be, Pitt and Michigan State, because there is, I do buy a lot into what you say, because I feel the same way, that Michigan State, This is an opportunity for them. And they're fighting uphill in the narrative. They just are, based on where we are, based on the media in this town, based on the marketing, all that stuff. You know, the classic stuff that we talk about Michigan State week. All that stuff applies. This is an opportunity for them to say, hey, we got to win over the ACC. We won a New Year's Six Bowl in a year where no one thought we would even make it to a bowl without Kenneth Walker, the guy that you say, you know, was our lone reason that we were here. It is big for that. It is.
And the number 11 is huge in college football. Really, the number 10 is big. If you can win 10 or 11
the
games,
new 10 now.
But now if you can win 11 games because they have the extra game, that's pretty huge for any program. I mean, look at Clemson. Clemson played for the national championship, you know, the last few years. Dabo Swinney last night, when they won,
he was happy. Man.
He was happy. He said, you know, none of his players opted out. He was thrilled about that. He got Cheetos up and down his little pull up and everything. And I was surprised by that. I'm like, well, Clemson plays for national titles, but you're playing in the Cheez-It Bowl, which I don't even know where the Cheez-It Bowl is. Where was that?
Orlando, right? That's always my default. I just always say they're in Orlando if I don't know.
Orlando. So you got to go Cheez-It, Citrus, and they got some other bowl in Orlando. Orlando's the bowl capital of the world.
They do. The Citrus Bowl, yeah, the Cheez-Its Bowl. Used to be the Camping World Bowl, I believe. I don't know. I can't keep them all straight. But they did do a good job of dumping the Cheetos over Dabo Swinney. These sponsors, and look, guys, like we talk about how we don't care about bowls. Look at the run on social media the Cheez-Its Bowl got. The Hawaii Bowl, they didn't even play it. And people were saying that was the best social media bowl account going. They just took pictures of the empty stadium with nothing going on. I mean, they did a great job with it. The Duke's Mayo Bowl is today. I believe Duke's Mayo is offering a $10,000 scholarship endowment or whatever.
All right, brother,
if the winning team does mayonnaise over the winning coach.
Have you ever had Duke's Mayo?
No, I have
I've
not.
never even seen a jar of it. I don't know what it looks like.
Is it one of those things where it's like a Phillips 66? You know, that used to sponsor or
maybe,
Big 12 basketball.
Maybe it's just a Southern thing, like Dr. Pepper. You couldn't pay me to drink Dr. Pepper, but I hear it's big in the South.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's one of those Southern things. YouTube chat thread. Stephen Baker says, I would have watched if Walker would have played. Matt says, I'm a Michigan fan. I want MSU to win. Only team that never gets my vote is Ohio State, even in the bowl game. Rock Howard says, I'm a Michigan fan. I'd watch if Pickett and KW were playing. Now I could care less about that game. And, you know, I get that, and that is disappointing. That's what kind of sucks about it. Rack says, I think you guys nailed it yesterday in saying, with guys withdrawing from playing all these bowl games, as Sawyer, good job on the Duke's mayonnaise on the screen, by the way.
You're welcome.
I think you guys nailed it yesterday saying guys withdrawing from all these bowl games that are in a playoff game would lose their luster, and they do. You know, I get that. I understand that. When people say that they're not going to win, I get it. Dom Rivera, a lot of people are going to hit on these games betting. No one knows who's playing. It's like a week one game where it's going to be rough to watch it. But hey, people fire up that MyBookie account and they will be out there. There is no question about that because that's how it operates. And you know, if you want
we need to think about something though. Think about this: if Michigan were to play Northwestern the last week in November, that would be a big game because it's a Big Ten game, and Northwestern stinks. But if Michigan State plays Pitt, who's 10-2, 2 weeks later, we don't give a damn about it.
Yeah.
So that is nuts to me.
That's crazy to me as well.
You've reached the end of the video. You know what you should do? Press like. You know you like the content that we have here at Woodward Sports Network. I'm Braylon Edwards from the bottom line. Subscribe to us right now.